Hi, welcome to Mystic Moons. Today, we're going to talk about anything and everything. Anything and everything. So, you just have to think and get up there, get that energy level high, put on those psychic caps, and just let your sixth, seventh, eighth senses run free. Because now is the time for you to get out of the box. Because World War III is here. It's here. And you can't wait for somebody to say, "Oh, we're having World War III. Get ready." No, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. How are you going to, love your life, love other people, do your job, do everything? How are you going to be with this insane war trip getting more and more and more suffocating? It's gross. It's insane. It's insanity. It's like Planet of the Apes, right? When those monkeys get all charged up and they gotta just kill, 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 kill. And why the hell is everybody killing each other? I like to know. And doesn't it seem to me that it seems to me this could be stupid of me, but it seems to me that say in the Middle East, aren't they relatives? They're all Semitic people. They're supposed to be. I mean, Abraham had two wives and I guess 14 kids. So okay, so they're removed a few hundred times, but they all come from the same stock. So what the hell is all this bullshit about? I mean, we all know that dying politicians will do anything to stay in power. And obviously what we see is the result of that anything. However, there's more peaceful people than there are angry people. Of course, it's very, very hard to remain non angry when somebody kills your relatives. But who is pulling the shots? We're supposed to hate the Russians. U.S. is supposed to hate the Russians. The Russians are supposed to hate the U.S. The Chinese and the Russians are together. The United States is together with Europe. And Africa's up for grabs. Africa is still back probably still back thinking wise in the mentality of the former I just mentioned, being incapable of having separate thoughts, which is crap, total crap. I mean, we're constantly bombarded with nonsense, 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 nonsense. And it's time that the masses get out of the box. Get out of the box. Get your energy level up there because we are now in World War III. All right, so they haven't pulled the nukes yet. Of course, there's no place to go because you know something stupid. It's something stupid. Whereas other countries, they do have their fallout shelters, they have their food stock, they have their tools all ready to begin caveman number one. All we get is BS, BS, BS. However, and then we're supposed to occupy ourselves with stupid things, just stupid. So how are you out there surviving and think you're going to make it in World War III? Let's see now. Will the greater plan is to eliminate the people, right? The eaters, the eaters. I mean, that is the plan. So any way they can, rev up the fleas, the ants, the masses, all the better. I mean, in the United States, it's excuse me, it's because we're not of the same tribe, even though technically, what the hell is that? It's total nonsense. And one group allows itself to be showcased as more important or the symbol of all inequality, and everybody else is supposed to shut up. And it's just divide, 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 so you can get like all those little ducks in a row. And the blue row, the red row, the green row, etc., etc., etc. So it's easier to like, pop them off. That's the only reason. However, what are you going to do in World War III? Are you going to be there like, oh, just picking a man or a woman just for sex? Or are you going to have a partner who can't do anything but flip out? Let's say a guy gets together with a woman, and every time like something major happens, she flips out. So he's having to like do the whole show himself. Let's say a woman is picking a man who's like flipped out, and all he's sitting around smoking joints and boozing, and sitting in front of the listening to the useless news. So I mean, you got to be very careful who you love. Who you love. You can't just pick somebody because they look good or they don't look good or you got to pick somebody who has their feet on the ground and they know where to put their might and head. You need action people. You don't need passive dinglings who think nothing is no. Oh, you're just talking crap. We know. And you're not gonna. And in school too. What are they teaching the kids? The children. Kids are of course goats. What are they teaching the children? The youth. Um, oh, you don't have to go to college. Learn a trade. Of course, the robots are like set to replace anybody with anything that just puts two screws together. And then how come they say like learn a trade? They never talk about, well, why don't you just build your own damn robot? Anybody can do it with enough instructions. Build your own phone. Oh, no, 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 no. Buy an Apple phone and be cool. But, I mean, the priorities are just ludicrous. Ludicrous. It's enough to make anybody agitated. And I'm agitated. I mean, what the hell is people going to do? Tell me. You tell me. How are you going to love? How are you going to work? How are you going to do your life in World War III? Right? Every day you're going to hear some crap. Of course, in this country, you're just going to hear about BS, 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 BS. You're going to be talking about useless things. Useless. Because how else are you going to keep your mind in the gray zone but by being useless? I'll do what I'm told to do. That's that's what we're being trained for. Instead of having active, sensible people, no way. Active, sensible people go, who is this DICK telling me what to do? Who is that person? Who is that person? All right, let's see now. How, okay, we have Ukraine and we have Russia. Now, Russians always say, they can't say Ukraine the way we can say Ukraine. They go, the Ukrainian Nazis. Everything the Ukrainian Nazis. Ukrainian Nazis. And of course, we have to remember, it's very hard for us as Americans, but we have to remember during the Second World War, 27 million Russians were killed by the Nazis. So they don't have warm and fuzzy when they think about the Ukrainian Nazis. And Ukraine does have Nazis. We all know that. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, we all know the Ukrainians are, have Nazis. Hi, Crystal. How are you? You're new. Good. Good. Yeah, I'm like really ticked off. How are you going to live in World War III? Tell me that. Tell me that. How are you going to live? The headlines. I mean, I think we've been in war for like a couple of months already. I mean, all this stuff that's happening around, all these, effing accidents. This is crazy. They act like we're fucking stupid. I'm pissed. I am really agitated. I hope you are too, because like you want to live your life, you want to love, you want to have a family, you want to have a good job. And what is this crap going? And Crystal, they're going to start drafting women. I mean, they would, that if women think they're not going to get drafted to go fight for in the Middle East or Ukraine or what the hell, where else, Fuji Island, someplace, they're going to do it. Anything. Yeah, they are. And like, when are they going to do it? They're going to do it soon. It's happening now. And look at, you got all these old people running the show. Old. They have no skin in the game. They don't care if they, they had their kids, they had this, they had that. They're living in nice houses, in nice mansions. And what the hell? What are you gonna get? A flag in a graveyard somewhere, fighting for some foreign BS that you don't even know about. Even you take like Zelensky, the president of the leader of Ukraine, he's got some splendid mansions all over the place, just waiting for him when he has to take off. And look at the Ukrainian. You know how much Ukrainians make a month before all this happened? And that was the standard wage, $600 a month. $200 a week. Now, what can you get for $200 a week? You're supposed to put all your what you need, food, energy for $200 a week. Isn't that a piss off? That's a piss off. That's a piss off. So, I mean, I just want to know, how are people going to live? How, World War III, how are we going to do it? We're supposed to have all robots to do everything. It doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense. I mean, they're talking out of their asses, right? Talking out of their asses. Downgrading women. Every single thing. Downgrading relationships. Every single thing. Downgrading careers. Oh, it's really, and then the stupid people they have running the thing, they can't even ask. They can't even speak solid. They can't even speak straight. Yes, dummies, you're going to get killed, right? I mean, they can't even tell you what's happening. And there's like, there was a headline in some reputable newspaper or this online site. It said, jobs are great, and we are so blessed to have immigrants coming in to fill the jobs. What? Jobs are great? Jobs are great? And we have immigrants that are going to, put their hands into it? I swear to God, it's like, it's too much. It's too much. Okay, let's see now. I'm going to take 3 random cards and see. World War III. I don't even know what exactly I'm asking. Is it here? I know it's here. What are we going to do about it? Are we going to fight for rich people again? What is war? War is a rich man's gain and a poor man's pain. Remember that. Remember that. That's a standard cliche. That's up there with roses are red and violets are blue. Okay. World War III. How are we going to live? I got 3 random cards. Now let's see. Okay, the world. Okay. That means the whole, I think South America, you have Mexico and you have Ecuador. You have, we have the Ukrainian thing and Russia. And then we have Israel and everybody else. And we have probably Africa, Somalia. We have something going on over there. Every place there's chaos. Chaos is everywhere. And of course, we have the almighty financial situations. Now, this is like on the lookout. Here's the world. And here's the lookout. Be on the lookout. And now we have the 6 of Swords. Now, what kind of help is this? The help from my friends. This could be a bad thing, asking for people to get involved in World War III, right? In World War III. Now, let's see. Let's look at this help. Is it a good help? Is it a nurturing help? I don't think so. Let's see. What kind of help is this? What kind of help? Six of Swords. Six of Swords. What kind of help? All right. Now take two, one, two. All right. What kind of help are we getting? Now, all right. Let's go this. A Page of Cups. Yeah. And we have the Ace of Swords. Well, it doesn't seem peace. Meaning they're ready to lend a hand, small at first, probably ammunition. And they can have promise of something bigger, the friends of the help. We still got to do some more dives into the friends of the help. What kind of help? Now, let's see this world thing. Let's go to the world. Now, world. What kind of world? Is World War III? Or, I'm sure it's not peace next. Let's see. Now, we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands. Okay, fire. And we have the Empress. Okay. The world is prepared, is receptive to bombs. The world is receptive to bombs. I don't take that. Let's do some more diving into this world scene here. And let's just take one more. The devil. The devil's in the base of the world. The devil is in the base of the world. So we have the world, right? Then under the world, we have the Empress, receptivity. You see that? Receptivity. And we have the message of, light, fire. And the basis of all this, we have the devil. The devil. So it's crooked. It's a crooked world. It's a crooked gaming world. It's crooked. The devil is behind it. Random cards, random cards, random cards. Now, the appointment and the lookout. Look out for World War III. Look out. The lookout card. Not the appointment card, the lookout. It's right around the corner. It's here. It's here. Of course, you can't wait to, a bunch of millionaires to say, oh, I think we're in the middle of war. World War III. Isn't this fun? Now we can get rid of all you useless eaters. You people who don't have any skills, because we said you didn't need any skills. You people who can't discern, because we said you didn't need to discern. Don't bother, just listen. Listen to what I say, because my mind, let me see. My mind is most developed. Your mind, you're Neanderthals. You are cave people. Well, not even cave people. You are fungus. Fungus. They treat the civilians as, and of course, anyone who's not like super rich in their party scene as fungus. We are fungus. All right. Let's take one of that. Let's see this appointment right around the corner. Let's first do that. Now. All right. Yeah. Okay. Negotiations are off the table. Negotiations are off the table. Walk away. You're not walking away from that's the. Look at this. We have the the 7 of Wands. Okay, that's what we're looking at. Here we go. Now we have the 7 of Wands, and we have walk away. Negotiations are off the table. It's imminent. Imminent. This means any time. Of course, over this country will say, oh, we had a failure of some kind of machine. Something. Hello, Manny. How are you? How are you doing? Are you ready for World War III? Huh? Are you waiting for your Presidente to say, like, it's World War III? That's good. Right? Now, I just wonder, like, how are people going to live? How are people going to live? Who's going to live? I mean, it's insanity. Don't you think it's crazy? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't know. All right, so now we have negotiations are off the table. And we have the Ace of Swords. Let's look upon this help some more. Yes, yes, donations, Manny. Yes, yes, Nana. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I really need donations, donations, donations. I need, only have one little candle, candle magic. Anyway, so we know that this is an evil world because the devil, Satan, not even Satan, the devil, the evil manipulated devil is behind this world. The root of this world is the devil. The devil. Now, and we know that waiting for the appointment is negotiations are off the table. We know they're not going to. We know they're not going to talk anymore. No, talking is for fools. Let's get action. Let's just get in there and bang, 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 bang. Because we want to. The leaders that the populations don't want them in office, they got to do something to keep them, their constituents or their countrymen in line. And what better thing to keep your countrymen in line than to blow the whole, than to have a few guns and drones and bombs go off and bring up old shit, old old stuff, old stuff, and of course, old stuff is old stuff. It's caring, high energy. Nah, they don't want any high energy, but there's more of us than there is of them. Yes. You got you have to double think every single thing these days. Double think. This war scene. Let's look at this friend one more time. Let's take one more in. See the root of this friendship. This friendship is a little ambiguous. This help from your friend, which I don't think it's anything good. It's not a good helper. No. It's something. It's something tribal. Pick your side. Pick your poison. What do you want to do? Drink arsenic, or do you want to have eat a burning potato? That kind of help. All right. Now let's see this. The uncertainty of it. Now we have the moon. That is the basis of the help. All talk, and then when it really gets funky, then we have it gets more desperate. So uncertainty is driving people to band together. And uncertainty about like who belongs on what side. And what the hell is the topic? These are sides. But I mean, you did this, I did that, you did this, you did that. All right, it's already gone too far. It's already gone too far. But then what is the conclusion? Obliteration? Well, that could be. But what does that achieve? How many times has society been up and down, to keep doing the same actions, the same killing, and the same baloney over and over and over again? That's because we got old people running the scene. They have to go back to the theme that they know best. See, spot, run. Can spot run. Run, run, run. Spot can run. That's the same theory that with like the racial thing, the religious things, um, the class and status, the job thing, the college, go to college, you don't go to college. I mean, live in a two-inch coffin or live in a mansion. It's the same crap over and over again, over and over again. And do we ever learn? I think we do. We are learning. We are learning. But how do we resist this crap? How? How do you find a love? How do you find a love? How do you find people you can love with all this nonsense, this murderous nonsense going around? How do you find people that you love? How do you find someone to love you? Oh, no, you're not. You're gonna get drafted. Both of you are gonna get drafted. Anyone, oh, let's see, I guess anyone from 18 to initially, anyone from 18 to 26 or 28, 10 years, will be drafted. Probably, yeah, anyone, male and female, because this is called equality and diversity. And they'll use, the usual trans covers as the equality, um, whatever you call it, cover books, book covers. And the whole thing is nobody wants to kill each other, regardless of their philosophies or whatever. Regardless of who they are, nobody wants to kill each other. I mean, we want to live in peace. We want to live our lives. All types of people want to live their lives. But no, we have to show blood, some red blood, and we also have to give our organs up for like some wealthy donors. And what better way to give up organs than to like kill each other, have some kind of war, which I'm sure the meds, the ambulance, as soon as the smoke dies down, or even before the smoke dies down, the ambulance is out there cutting out like livers and hearts and eyeballs and whatnots. I'm sure. I'm sure. The younger, the better. The younger, the better. And they put them in those frozen ice pack things, and they run back. Did you help anybody? No, but I got all these great organs to sell. And here we have the hermit. So on the base of all this, we have the moon, the hermit, and the devil. The moon, uncertainty, alone, hermit, which means it's all for my gain, not your gain, not us. It's me, 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 me. This is a me card. The devil is like obvious. It's manipulative and it's not good. The second tier we have the idea of the Ace of Swords, communication. We got like our mantra. And we have the Page of Cups, meaning they're trying to like, they're trying to say, they're trying to say, they're putting the message together. I mean, they're definitely trying to put a message together, but they're trying to keep it docile, or they're trying to keep it low key. They don't know what the message is. That's what they don't know how to sell this war to the people. They don't know how to sell this war to World War III to the people. Oh, we're just going to have little bombs here and there. No. Number one, there's too many delusions are delusions. And people who have dreams and delusions, different places have different delusions. Different men have different delusions. And you know what would be and the women too. The women too. They have different delusions. I mean, they have all this They have a speech from the speechwriter, but how many feel the passion? Not many. Okay, so we have the second layer. We have, okay, so that's what I'm saying. They're unclear about all the NATO. I take the Six of Swords as being NATO to the West. The West. Uncertainty. Yeah, I would take that as a NATO Western thing because you can't say the Ukrainian Nazis to the people here. That won't fly. You go what? What? I like blue and yellow, and you can't say anything because the media is not cooperative, and it's like it's all like a movie, unbelievable. I mean, we live in very strange, strange uh, matrix. I would call it a matrix because it's a lot of unreality and just empty words, empty words. But to look out, we have ended negotiations and we have ready to fire. And the basis of that is like you're on your own and there's a singularity in there and you're not part of it. The masses civilians are not part of the singularity. Hello, Portugal. Do you have a donation for me? Oh yeah, there's about 850 zodiac ones and other on the site. It's really good. We're talking about, but if you for a personal reading right now, you have to. I would appreciate it if you slip me some coins. And so anyway, that's what we have. Now, how are we going to? Let's get a different deck. A different deck. I'm gonna get a different deck. A different deck. I'm gonna get a different deck. All right. Now, all right. Now this is a glum scene. This is World War III on this deck here. Now, how are you gonna love Manor? Sorry. How are you? I'm gonna. My tongue is a little. Let's see. Ma. No. I know. I know. Riz. Riz. Riza. Riza Gadar. I made a botch of your name. I'm sorry. Mahnor. Mahnor. Anyway, donate. Because these are like very taxing times. And I'm a professional psychic, you know. And I just feel it's my duty to tell people that, or just to, how can we pull this world thing together? I mean, we're not getting any intel. All right. Yep, it doesn't look very cheerful. It does not look cheerful. And some people think because they have their bomb bunkers, they have their food storage and such, so they're going to survive. Well, I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it. That's why it's so important to have sanity. Have sanity. Have sanity. Really. Really. Well, so long. Now, sanity. Let's have more on top of this help from friends, it seems like it's kind of what kind of friends? So we already know this is NATO. And we have the war going on. And it's happening. And nobody's paying attention. It's almost humorous. It's almost humorous. No one pays attention to anyone else these days. I mean, really, everybody's just out for themselves. There's so much of me, 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 me. And the politicians take advantage of the selfishness of people towards each other. They take advantage. They take advantage. And what can we do about it? We can raise our energy level. Yes. We can raise our energy level. We can find out. We can channel each other. Anyone wants to be channeled by me? Anyone? Would like to see anyone with any questions? And they would, of course, pay for it. Does she love you? Nah, you're too. Nah. Does she love you? Why doesn't she love me? Well, why do you think she doesn't love you? Because maybe you're too cheap. Maybe she can't understand. Maybe she can't understand what makes you tick because she's not bright enough. She's a little too cheap. And mentally, who knows? That's what we got to find out. Who is who has the brains to figure this out? Who doesn't need who doesn't need to have the big man say jump and you go hi Sue? Who doesn't need that? That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the independent thinker. Ooh, those are bad words. That's curse words. The independent thinker. We're looking for the person who could think their way. You don't put the plastic bag over your head. You put it on your shoes. You put it on your shoes so you won't track in the germs or the biological crap that your foot has walked on and outside. Now, we know that the war in the Middle East, everybody's saying Iran, 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 Iran. However, we still know that Israel bombed an embassy and killed a bunch of Iranians. That's like, I'm going to beat down this hornet's nest. And then, like, when they come back to sting me, I'm going to say, look, they're stinging me. It's just useless. Like, not. It's not useless. It's not useless. Now, let's see. How are we going to love? How are we going to work? Have you ever been in a war zone? Any of you? Any? Think about that for a moment. War zone. War. World War III. Are you happy to have World War III? Are you outraged? Where the hell is the peace people in the streets? No more wars. We've been around humans for 6,000 years. Do you realize how many wars we've had as a race? As our humanity or inhumanity? How many times we've gone stark raving insane, crazy, and killed each other? Don't you think that we need something else besides killing, maiming, bombing, destroying like a bunch of brats? Whatever happened to negotiations? talking, planning, growing together. Yes, you wear these clothes and I wear my clothes. So what? As long as your business is covered up and I don't have to stare at you, you don't have to stare at me. Why can't we get along? Why? We're oh oh. And we're saying, oh, you're not geared that way. Get out of that box that somebody's put you in and think about what kind of life do you want? What kind of dreams do you have? Is war and killing, oh wow, I'm insane. I just killed a whole bunch of kids. I'm real happy. Yeah, is that it? Are you going insane? I feel power. I have this gun in my hand. That makes you feel good? That makes you feel great? That you dehumanize others? They have the same hearts as you. They walk with 2 feet. They have 10 fingers. Huh? They have 10 fingers. What is that makes you think. And you have to think now. If we who look so much like each other are like going around murdering each other indiscriminately because, somebody said war, war. There's something else going on. There's something else. It's not the color of your skin or the God that you worship. It isn't. No, because once again, you gotta just do a little arithmetic. Bear with me, you heard this. And I'm going to say it again and again and again. The Earth has been around for 4.5 billion years. Do you understand? Can you think that? Think about those numbers, that mathematics. Think about that. This blue ball has been around for a while. And us two-chambered hearts. Two-chambered hearts. Two-chambered hearts. No, I forget. I must be getting fatigued. Let's see. There's a ventricle and well, anyway, you get the idea. We have the same circulatory system. We're bipeds. Now, who else is what else is around? Who else has been around here? And maybe they don't have the same life span as we do. Something else is here. Because how come we go periodically insane and reduce our population? Something else is around. And we're just playing the game of stupid, it does stupid. Right? Something else is on this planet. And it's time that you seriously, what could live longer than you? A lot. Don't they even have turtles and some sea life, etc., that live longer than humans? They have a lot of things that live longer than we do. And that's only the things that they're sharing. They're only sharing what lives longer than the humans. Well, I think that there's a lot more going on, and we are just told about the cupcakes. That's why we get so frustrated with each other, because we're barred from knowledge. Now, we're not the only things on this practically 5 billion-year-old blue ball. No, we're not. And why are our lives such a drudgery? Life is work, pay your taxes, work, pay your taxes. Shut up. I mean, what a glum reality. And that's why even love is cheapened by love the one you're with. Did you get laid? Did you get this? Did you get that? I mean, it's all cheap. It's cheap. And if you say it over and over and over again, people take it as common activity. Oh yeah, I got drunk and I could smoke pot and man, I can watch football. I went to a nightclub and I picked somebody up and we had screwed our brains out. Oh, that was fun. Uh-huh. Right. That's real fun. Yeah. That's real. That. That's going to help you survive. That's going to help you survive because you just burnt off a lot of useless frustration. However, you didn't do anything constructive. You didn't do anything constructive. So, we do know that. All right. So we know that we are being programmed to act like jerks and murderous jerks at that. Now, I'm going to take another card on top of this, and I'm going to put this one on top of here. This is almost like how do we survive World War III? Let's see. How do we survive? Do we survive? How do we survive World War III? All right. Now on this one we have the Page of Cups. We have on top of the Page of Cups, we have 2 cups, and meaning there's probably more than one answer, more than one opinion. Page of Cups. All right. Now, on this lookout for explosions, explosive angst. Let's see. We have the Hermit. Look at that. Same damn thing. The Hermit. The same thing. First deck, second deck. Looks good. Now let's see over here. Let's see. How do we survive? How? And over here, we have the Ten of Pentacles. How do we survive? Well, this is a different message on top of the chaos. However, we have the individual choices, meaning there's less people. The people who will stand aside the crowd. And over here, there's a different message. There's a different message. And we have the Ten of Cups over here in the doom and gloom of the devil. Meaning, if we call out, it seems to me, if we can call out the hypocrisy, the bullshit, we have a chance. We do have a chance that we refuse to get into this chaos. This chaos. If we can refuse, now we have to have a different message. We have to think differently. What? Think differently. Think differently. Oh. We have to think differently. All right? Let's think differently. We have to think differently how we can survive among the war insanity. How we can survive. How we can survive among this war. All right. Now, how can we survive among this war? All right, this is the Five of Swords. Well, the Five of Swords. Still pondering how to do this. How do you survive in the middle of crazies? With the crazies. How do you survive with the war crazies? Here we have death. So we have the Hermit, which we had from the other deck as well. We have the Hermit and we have death. Death is the end of war thinking. We have to shut ourselves off from the war people. We have to rise up and say we do not want to have war. And here we have the Tower. So it's almost like the last plead before the last celebration of. No, wait a second. Now, here we have to reject. We have to reject. We have to reject the war machine. We have to reject the war machine. That's all there is to it. We have to reject the war machine. We have to say, no, we're not going to fight. Yes, and then somebody will come in and give you reason to fight. Yeah, it's possible. And that's probably what does happen. However, it's the obliteration of everything. Now, if anybody could tell me how they are going to survive, I want to hear how somebody's going to survive World War III. Tell me how are you going to survive World War III? World War III. You know? Bombs, shortages, more trashy talk, more propaganda. We even forget like how the whole war started, right? You'll forget. You'll just go, Tarzan good, Jane who? That's what you'd be reduced to. Work for FEMA. Yeah, FEMA. Yep. If you don't have it, if you don't have any food, you don't do anything to eat. How can we stop this insanity? How can we stop this insanity? No ideas? Nobody cares? Oh, it isn't going to happen. Yes, it's happening right now. Don't be stupid. It's happening right now. You know? It's happening right now. It's happening. Let's see. How do we stop it? Let's see, one more. How do we stop this? Well, thinking about it is the first step. True. You got to think about something before you're prepared to do any actions, right? Think about it. How World War III. Let's put another card over here because we're still not getting. Still not getting clarity. We got to cut ourselves off from the war people and go, like, you're effing crazy to think that you're gonna, that war is solved by anything. War is murder. Don't even bother calling it war. We are right, right? We are right. WAR. All right. And what is that going to solve? Might. All right. Let's see about this brief celebration before the crazies happen. Brief. All right. Let's see. I am going to take this one, and this one on this one. I'm going to take these two. All right. I'm going to take these two on this. Okay. Now, World War III. How do we survive the crises? Here we have the star. Healing actions. Show people that there's more to life than being an enemy of the other. And here we have the Knight of Wands. Well, you gotta be prepared to, be more than just a mouthpiece. Here we have the Knight of Pentacles. The messages must come through. Messages. The message. What is our message? What is our message? We have the Empress. What is our message? What is it? War is good? Kill, kill, kill? Or peace? Mind your own business. There's so much that you cannot say, but it needs to be said. Peace movement. We need to have the humans treasure each other as humanity should, because we are dealing with another force, another force. Remember, we go over and over again. We haven't been around that long. Somebody else has. Something else has been around longer than us. And they're having a ball, a feast. A feast. And that's something that has to be discovered. But we cannot allow stupid to continue. Stupid. And right now, that's our message. Peace, get rid of stupid, and stupidity. Stupidity. Anybody who's talking stupid to you, walk away. Walk away. If a man says, I love you, and he has no means of support, he has no history of support, he can do nothing, walk away. If a woman says, I love you, and she can do nothing, she has no skills, she has no nurturing, walk away. Walk away. Walk away. And don't give the person another thought. If a job asks you to work your ass off and doesn't really just disregards you, walk away. Walk away. They're just using you. Somebody's going to get sick on that job, and they says, you might as well be you. Don't be anybody's sport. Don't be sport. Don't be like a mealyworm. You got to say peace. I will not accept that treatment. I will not be with that type of person. This is war. I need to have my skill set used to its proper level. I need to love somebody who is worth loving, who can be a partner, not a piece of sex for a few hours. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand that you have to get serious about living if you want to live? Serious about life? And the charade. You look at a newspaper online site, and you can tell in an instant, this is trash. Don't even bother looking at it. Don't even bother looking at it. I mean, once you figure out the game plan of something, that's it. I mean, if you want to have chuckles over something, and you know that you don't you can see through it, you can have chuckles. You can have chuckles. Keep your sense of humor, but don't fall for it. Don't fall for stupid. So that's basically how we're going to get through or prevent World War III is by peace, being receptive to peace, being receptive of peace. Don't pick up your swords. Don't have another plan. Have your plans. And we're going to remember, end this killing cycle. End it. I'm not going to participate in it. And what are they going to do? Lock you up? Yeah, they do that. They do that. But look at Zelensky and Ukraine. All those Ukrainian people dead. For what? For what? So, so Zelensky can like live well, and he can't even change his clothes. Did you ever see that man? And he's like Kang West, Ye West. Does he you know, one outfit only? You only see him in green fatigues. You know that man has great clothes. All that money he has. He has great everything. He eats well, sleeps well, and he's just a mouthpiece. He is just a mouthpiece. And he's bossing people around. I could do this, I could do that. I could do this, I can do that. Well, how can we? All right, so we need a peace movement. Let's have a peace movement, people. Peace. Let's hit the streets. Peace, 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 and negotiations. Oh, and you can't talk to anybody. No, you can always talk, but you can blow a hole in their heads and cut out their hearts and livers and sell it down the road. That's pretty tacky. That's more than tacky. That's you make the worst savage, brutal, four-legged animal in their hunt for food seem like a god in comparison to like accepting killings. World War III is mass murder, mass insanity. Well, seems like nobody wants to really deal with the fact that World War III is here. All right? It's been around. It's been happening. It's just not being spoken of. But on this date, keep in mind, we are unequivocally and not without a doubt heading into World War III as though it was a prize. A prize. Where is the sanity? Where is the rationality? Where? Who has any brains left? Who? Who? Remember, being in a bunker, being on the street, it's all the same. Because I'd fall out. I mean, you even take like so many things are going on and nobody says anything. Or if they say it quietly, you get shut down. And yet we're still pumping money into everybody who's suppressing the masses and pushing world. Oh, there's too many people in the world. Climate change. Tedious, tedious, tedious. Get a effing telescope and look into the heavens and see what's really going on. And that's just aerial. I'm sure things are going on under the ocean. Things are going on in the hills. Things are going on everywhere. Look and see and complain and do something about it. But I'm just one little person. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It starts with one. One makes 1 and 1 equal 2, etc. On and on and on and on and on and on. Are you going to sit here and watch your life energy be drained for some audacious cause that you're not a part of? Now, a lot of these magazines, newspaper sites, they get paid to do certain things, to structure thought. However, However, they're still talking about, even though this stuff happened in Moscow, they're still talking about going to concerts. Now, excuse me, do you really think you need to go to a concert with a collective bunch of people and 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 see make yourself a target? Same thing with bus stop. It's everywhere. Yes, it is everywhere. Everywhere. Chaos. Chaos. With Moscow, people were getting paid like, $2,000 to nothing. They didn't get the money to like kill people. I mean, the horror of that. How long are the Russian people going to be quiet about all this? How long? How long are we going to be like, assistants to murderous activities? How long? How long are we just going to be, you know, how long? Today, today, it's a sad day. It's a sad day. It's a sad, sad day. But if we do not give support to, of course, they will have an incident to make. Incidents will happen. You don't even know what the incidents will be, but they're already planned. And the rallying call from the media will be clear and ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. But you have to think about, where is this all going? Where is it all going? Extinction event. Extinction. Too many people. We do know who says too many people. So, well, luckily we have two groups of people, but we have to get off the fence. Off the fence and be receptive to life. Receptive to life and living. Stop the wars. Stop funding the wars. Stop making the war dealers rich. Is it too late for all this? Is it too late to stop it? A lot of crap has gone down. A lot. I don't know. It's been going on for quite a while. It's a strong, strong, strong hold on the masses. Stronghold. Stronghold. Nobody wants to talk about the war because that's not fun. Nobody wants to even deal with it. Of course, we all know the Middle East has been a fire pit of antagonism for millenniums. All these wars have been going on for thousands of years. Why should we get involved? We get enough to do over here. Why? Why read about what happens over there when we can just read about what happens down the street? Why? Don't we have enough crap? Shitburgers happening here? I think so. I think so. Planes falling apart. Bridges all need work. Roads all eroded. Food costs like, get a can of beans if you're lucky, if you can find it. A job, yeah, they pay you $15 an hour. But if you can buy a bag of oranges that costs you $15, what else? Excuse me, cost of living. Oh yeah, you get like food stamps. No, you don't. What is available? Our life in the United States is not pleasant. Our life in other countries is not pleasant. I'm sure the life in Ukraine is pretty lousy. Certain parts of Russia, I'm sure too. No, I'm not sure about that. Certain parts of England is pretty tacky. Yeah. So let us hope that we can have a universal awakening, an awakening of peace, of peace. Let's hope we can get off. We can stop. We can put down our swords. We can think about: is this what we want? Is this how we want to live our life? What is the message that we as humans wish to give each other? What is the message? Can we try peace? Can we try peace? And we can take militaristic thought and throw it in the toilet, the death card. And we start one at a time. We're like, get out of the box, get out of the crowd. Think of the earth, think of living. The Knight of Pentacles. Here we have the Knight of Wands. Yes, we have to be fiery, but not destructive fire. The Star, we have to be healing power, fire. Yes, and there is a lot of there's a lot of stuff that is not necessary in the Tower. We no longer need to have a war machine as such. We need a building machine. We need a life machine. We need to be happy and not sad. We need to anticipate happiness. Happiness of having clean air, not chemtrailed air, not poison water from some cookware company. No, we need to have cleansing. Now, we must stop the terraforming. We must stop the murder. And here, we must have a peace movement now. We must have peace. And of course, it's not going to be embraced. However, the war message isn't sold completely. People are like not going to buy into it because they can see what is the gain of my blood. Oh yeah, you can take my my organs, my liver. You can use it as fertilizer, or you can use it in some rich guy's aging body. And again, we have the message. They're waiting for. They're waiting. They're waiting for the chaos to start. And of course, ailing politicians are just running it, because this is their God. This is their creator. And the receptivity to that strike is pushing all over the world. The murderous intent is pushing things all over the world, all over the world. So now we know that here we are in a not such a good place for war. Yep, we're having war. We're gonna stick this back in, shuffle up the cards, shuffle up the cards. Yeah, it's kind of sad. Just walk away, leave this beautiful earth that's being effed up constantly. Just because the few people want to have the power, they want to like heed the words of the demons, of the other entities that are not human. They want to be a slave to something else. And what do you think these wars are really about? Don't you think they're over things? What kind of things? That's what you gotta ask yourself. What kind of things are these wars all about? You know it's not housing things. It's not appliances things. Nah. It's not car things. Nah. It's over something else. That's the question we have to have the peace movement ask. What the hell is so valuable? And they're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you. They're just put like we need X more money for Space Force. We need more money for NASA. We need more money for CERN, the Large Hadron Collider. We need to do these things for science. We'll hear the word science. Do we hear the word loving life? No. We hear the word science. What the hell is science? Science is a bunch of guys, mainly men, who go around very stodgy. Oh, people think I'm God because I'm a scientist. And I do science. And I can explain things down to the smallest molecular particles. Yes, I know what bosons are. I know this and I know that, and gravitational pull, the multi-universe, and etc., etc., etc. I am God. I walk the road of the gods. Uh-huh. Right. And you can say, what are those things in the sky, Mr. Scientist? Oh, that's just plane goo. You know, when a plane goes up in the air, that stuff comes out, you know, when they put the pedal to the metal. That's what a scientist, a true scientist of today, will tell you. I've been fed that stuff before. And I go, really? Can't change your tune. Can't change. Nah. Old people can't change. They can't change. Very few old people change. Very few. Not that they don't exist, but usually they have a sentence or two and they keep with it because they don't want to share. They got stingy. Not because they're stupid. No, they got stingy. They're too stingy. I don't want you to have this because then everybody else will have this and the value of my knowledge will be diluted. That's all it is. If I give you too much freedom, then you'll know that you're better than me. Probably. You're around people that you can excuse me, you can tell that when you're getting close to their level, let's say you two people are on different levels. But then again, let's say, you know, over the years, the level goes up, 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 up. And you get pretty close to each other. The other person will be having a shit fit because, you know, their viewpoint of you has changed. And you're like, hey, if you can do that and I did that, then what does that do for me? Maybe I'm not so great, or instead of saying, "Wow, you do good too," oh, you're such an inspiration. No, the attitude is, no, I gotta like break this break this guy's needs, so he'll bend down to meet. Even for like a nanosecond, I want to have that person bend their knee to me. That's a big part of human experience that's not very nice. And it's irritating because it's very prevalent. And of course, if you're like constantly being lied to by everybody, what else are you going to put that brain of yours to? Doing nasty things. Nasty, stupid things. Nasty, stupid things. Well, I could see that I have, we've had talk about this World War III. And we know that we have to put a peace movement. We have to put a peace movement. And we have to understand, is it never too late, or is it too late, or is it, we just can't sit here like a bunch of like ducks sitting in a row for someone to shoot at. We can't do that. We can't do that. We already did that, you know. We already did that in the past. We can't do that again. So that is the story of where it stands. Nobody believes it. They say, oh, Middle East is always playing games. Ukraine has been fighting forever. Yeah, but it's gotten bigger. It's gotten bigger. And they're not afraid to say it's gotten bigger. I mean, and now, even in some of the newspapers, they're telling you in a nuclear blast, make sure you take a shower. You take a shower with soap, not conditioner. Like, what water system is going to be working? And what the hell is in that water, too? What's in that water? Not thought out. Don't think, don't think, don't think. So, unfortunately, we have the no think. Before they used to have sagas calling characters no name. Now we have no think. No think. It might hurt your head if you think. However, we as humanity must resist. Get out of those little stinking boxes. Say hello to your neighbor. Don't think about this and this and that. And, have a plan. Because they certainly, what do they tell you? Make sure you take a shower. They have no plans. Just to levy, just to reduce. So we'll have to think, we'll go back to this subject again because we have to unite. We have to raise each other's energy levels up. Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. Humanity is a great and powerful force. We're not weak and stupid. If we were weak and stupid, they wouldn't tell us how weak and stupid we were every day, as if we would forget. No, just turn it off. When somebody's speaking to you like you're stupid, turn it off. Turn it off. Somebody's, assuming you're weak, walk away. Walk away. Don't give any time of the day for negative BS. Walk away. Sometimes you can't walk away. Well, stop listening. Stop listening. Stop giving the person the opening to act out. All right. Anybody want a reading? Hi. How are you? Yeah. How are you? I do all sorts of readings. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm doing paid readings. Do you have a donation for me? That's good. Um, all right. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, I'm really getting, yeah, I'm a professional psychic. So if you want to, yeah, you have to pay. How are you going? So, Tarot, yes, he disappeared. Goodbye. Energy work is very, very hard. I just did a whole thing on World War III. I mean, exactly like what is going on, with Israel, Middle East, you have Ukraine, you have the Russians and the Americans and all this crap going on. I mean, things are nasty. You got to make sure that this person that you love is is real. So to find out if this woman is real, you have that takes like some diving, psychic work, mind melting. Nah, that's work. It's real work. Yeah. Anyway, energy work is energy work. This is paid. All right, I'm going to end this stream. And if anyone has any comments about World War III, please share. How are we going to survive this? Where's our peace movement? Let's have comments like that. And to my subscribers, thank you very much. If you listen to this at all, I know that the topic is heavy. The topic is not light. but it's happening now. It's a now topic. It's what's going on, and we have to start thinking this way. We have to start thinking this way. So, and if anybody would like to donate to the communal cause of survival, that would be very appreciated. And if you would like, I'm a professional psychic. If you would like to have a reading about your chances with love, jobs, career, happiness during this, especially during this time now, it, you would have to pay for a reading, and I'd be most happy to do this. Most happy because, it's up to us. We have to raise our energy up. We have to find a way out of this mire that is happening now. So let's get back and this was a heavy topic. This was intense. So let's think about this. How are we going to survive? How are we going to survive World War III amidst all the stuff? And as I said, I'm going to take off now and end this stream.